Okay, well, the next thing I wanted to talk about is specifically for the importance of not only injury prevention, but also at the later phases of your rehab for lower extremity injuries, especially with knee conditions, is making sure that your biomechanics are correct with your jumping, cutting, change in direction, running, etc. It's such an important part because if you don't address that and the original cause of your injury was based on that, it'll be recurrent for you, and then it'll be an ongoing thing, and then you'd hate to see that after you've made a full recovery, have something come back right away because you didn't fix the underlying problem.
How many clients do you see like that, where their actual technique of running or something else that they're doing is actually causing the issue? We
see a lot of clients who have that issue. A lot of times for the fact that either A, they've never been taught, either coached, or they've never taught their own body how to do it properly, getting that feedback, or they don't have the strength or mobility in certain areas of their body to be able to get their body to do what is expected it to do. So that's where having someone such as a certified athletic trainer or a certified strength and conditioning specialist, or an exercise specialist, a coach, a tennis coach who is well versed in mechanics, someone who can break down someone's technique and tell them if it's correct or not. And if it's not correct, find out, is it not correct because they don't know how to do it, or is it not correct because they can't make their body do it because it's not strong enough or mobile enough to do it.
So these exercises specifically will be focusing on the lower part of the body within what you're talking about.
I'm going to be demonstrating here with Mike some proper mechanics with the base of it is proper landing and jumping technique to make sure you have good stability, and then a progression of exercises that can really improve your lateral movement skills and change in direction skills in the game. And then after that, I will show a couple complementary exercises that will help to strengthen the muscles required to do these skills. All right. The first thing we're going to start with is basically jumping and landing technique. The biggest problem that you will see, especially in youth athletes, is that their knees collapse and their landing technique is poor, which places a lot of undue stress on their joint and indicates a lot of times poor core stability or poor hip strength as well. So the first thing we always start with when coaching someone is proper technique with landing and jumping. All right, so all Mike is going to do is just go into a athletic position, and Mike, all you're going to do is just squat and jump and land for us. Okay, as he's doing this, go ahead and do a few reps here. All right, he's dropping down into the loaded position. He's landing under control with his hips dropping. One mistake is people don't drop their hips, they land stiff-legged. All right?
That sounds painful.
Yes, very painful, especially for people who may have some arthritis type things going on that puts more stress on their joints. Okay? Also, if you take note to when Mike lands, hip, knee, and foot are in alignment. There's no collapsing. All right? He's in a good athletic position to land as well, pretty much the same as when he takes off. All right? That's what you want to look for with good dynamic stability. You can also progress this to doing a single leg hop as well, where you would not really be jumping as high, but challenging yourself on one leg, loading and landing with the same goals in mind. Okay? Keeping that stability just like that. All right,
great. How many reps would somebody be looking to do these for?
Great question, because it is important that you do not do this very high rep range. You want to make sure that this is a plyometric exercise. Plyometric exercises are the most strenuous to your joints and your tendons because of the explosive type nature of them. So, doing a low rep range, 4 to 6 reps, and then taking a rest. Perfecting your technique, make sure your muscles are fresh. If you're going to work this into your workout, you're doing this after the warm-up, but before the conditioning exercises, so you're not fatigued, just to get the most benefit out of it explosive-wise, but also for teaching that technique. Now, it is a good idea sometimes when you are fatigued to go back and try it again at a lower intensity, just to make sure that you can maintain that technique when you're fatigued as well, because that's a very important aspect of injury prevention as well.
So since technique is so important here, since it's a kind of higher impact exercise, for those people at home watching who maybe might go out and try it, what kind of indicators are they looking for to possibly know that they're doing it incorrectly? that makes sense.
Well, you definitely want to, first and foremost, I always recommend, if you are working with a tennis pro, that they are breaking down your mechanics. And if it is something beyond the skills of tennis, that there's other indications that you as a tennis player are not able to do what the tennis pro is asking you to do, then at that point you want to seek out an exercise professional or someone who is very knowledgeable in breaking down the root cause of why your biomechanics are not correct, because there's so many different causes from all over the body that could be causing it, and it's a very individualized issue. The most common things are the collapse of the knees and the stiff landing, not absorbing it properly and being off balance with your landing. If you are absorbing it, not absorbing it efficiently, falling off to the side or rotating excessively.
Okay.